Hey everyone, and welcome to another Planet Coaster 2 Deep Dive. Today we're going to talk about pools, which we didn't do so far. So today we're going to look at all the footage we've seen so far and all the little bits from the gameplay revealed. So we are starting with wonderful animations of our lifeguard jumping into the pool. Look at that one. And you can also spot a lot of different animations within the pool. For example, you can see someone apparently drowning or at least waving for help, which is exactly why the lifeguard is going in. There you can see this guy in the middle of the screen while the others swim around. We can also see one of the jumping boards, apparently a 3-meter version. We're going to see a smaller one later on. Again, in this video we're going to look at all the footage, so relatively quickly checking in. There you can see the lifeguard swimming over to this position. Now in the next spot you can really tell this is how the different slides are looking. On the left hand side you can see a kind of custom splash zone. It is though a part of the pool, but you can definitely use it as splash zones. This is kind of something that is confirmed, and I know many people were kind of concerned about this, but we can definitely tell it is. You can see different variants of slides. We're going to talk about these slides a bit more in detail later on, but first of all, there you can see someone going down this tube and then splashing into that area. Wonderful how you have also these semi-transparent areas where the people go in and then slide down. Very nice different animations that we can spot over here. Yet again, you can see how they jump into the water. I'm very pleased that they have fixed some of the animations in comparison to the first demo we saw. More about these animations in a bit. On these little slides over here, you can really tell how the different color variants go in, and also apparently we have the option to close or not close these things. In the next footage over here, I love this wading animation. You can see the pool is a lot more shallow over here, and people walk through the water, and you can really feel the strong water. There you can also see where the different height elevations go in, different areas very nicely. And going over here to the top, you can also see there is a wave pool. In a second, we're going to look at this a bit more. Obviously, the lifeguard influence area we've already talked about a lot. This is it now in action, and there you can see the wave pool in the background, where we didn't really have seen that too often, but there you can see it. We also have a wave machine. Well, no one has really wants to go there, but well, that's that. We also have new shops. That is something very cool. 2 of them are very important for pools, to buy tickets and also to buy inflatables, and also sunscreen, which is one of the new management options. People have to have either shade or they can buy sunscreen to secure themselves from the sunlight. Here you can see the sun bathing in action. I love that the people do not only just like beam to the sun or beach chairs like they do with the restaurants. They actually, as you can see over here, climb on top of them, and I wonder how many different animations we're going to see also for kids, but I do love that. It's a very cool little aspect. I'm wondering how this is going to work with obviously bad weather periods or so, but for the sun we do need to grant them sunscreen and make sure that they can buy them, very obvious. So that's a nice touch. So the next footage has some of the slides for us in the view. You can see to the actually we can already tell 3 different slide variants, and the big one on the right hand side with the inflatable rings that you go down. Here you can see it in action. Also very lovely that they fixed some of the animations. I remember when we saw that in the first demo, that was very jaggy over here, but now they fixed this and it looks a lot smoother. Very nice how they just jump into the pool. Safety wise, we need to talk about that in the future again, but I think it's all good. You can also see this kind of twister in the center there. You can see this tube where they then fall down in the middle. This half pipe element over here is also very neat, and if you check the color scope on this slide, you can see we can apparently do 1 meter sections, which I think is a brilliant information. And also you can see once they jump in with the little inflatable into the pool, it's gonna vanish right away. And this whole pool area here is obviously the big slide area. We can see all the platforms from where they go in, and we have different elements and different width also of these elements. You can see it's like 4 meters, 3 meters, 1 meter, and the big one in the back right, there is also a lot different stuff to be visible. So I'm very pleased with that. Over here you can see the wonderful underwater effect. I love this semi-water effect, like a GoPro effect almost when you go with the camera here, and all the animations. Very nicely done, to be honest, and also the depth of the water comes in play with the different depth variants we have, so that's really cool. And I love all these animations of the people apparently. There seem to be quite a lot. I'm not the biggest fan of the fact how overcrowded it is, but I do hope that this is just due to the park and you can still do so. If you look to the right and left, then you can everywhere see a lot of things. This over here is our first little look at the menu. even though they seem to have not all the icons in place. As you can tell to the left, there is not all of them, but we do have some of the blueprints, and it's super cool that you can create the blueprints apparently with all the stuff in it. And you can see to the right side there is also pool extras. Now you can see this info button. You can also test ride the rides or the slides, as you can see, and then this little test dummy is going down. In a second we're going to zoom in to give you a better view of this little test dummy to see if the slide is actually secure. Apparently, I wonder if it works the same way as with the bobsled coaster in Planet Coaster 1. That would be lovely. And you can also see how small and tiny this footprint is. So I do think that especially the way how the scenery and stuff is handled is very nicely done this time around. And you can see different curbing patterns. This has like a terracotta color, while the other pool has a gray barrier. Moving on to some more of the slides, I wanted to quickly look a bit more in detail. You can see the different slide elements. You can see semi-high walls to the outer side where the highest force is of the slider. And then you can also see that we do have kind of a full tube variant. And I like the fact how it's to both sides where the people would slide higher, down to their speeds. They have a higher wall, the semi-high wall. I wonder if you need to do this yourself or if the game automatically kind of does it. It's almost like banking, to kind of guide the force correctly, but I do like the fact that it does seem to be very versatile. And from the overall footprint of the slides over here, we can definitely tell that there has to be a 1 meter method in a way, or 1 meter separations between the pieces, because that is just very nice. You can see the right hand side path is 4 meters wide, so this is definitely a 1 meter wide slide. Now, a couple of things we haven't really seen in the footage is all these inflatables and mattresses and stuff. So I pulled up one of the official screenshots in which we can see of those. Also, here's the lazy river. We do have a bit of a footage of the lazy river. In the gameplay, they have shown that, and it's somewhere hidden here on the left-hand side. This seems to be a later stage, and they just connected the 2 pools with it. So in the first footage, you haven't seen that, but later on you can see this. So apparently the lazy river can actually also combine 2 pool segments with each other, which is, I think, very nice. And the last screenshot over here is just here to show you a couple more things. There's a 1 meter or like a smaller jumping board. Then we have different inflatables, including this wonderful unicorn, which every kid loves. Moving on to the right-hand side, you can see someone jumping from the side. Either I have not seen it or we missed this in the footage completely, but it's very nice to see how the little kid jumps in. And speaking of kids, we also have some kiddie slide variants over here. They seem to be also 1 meter. I wonder if these are different ones, but I like the fact how kind of short and slow they are, which is small, not slow, which I think is a nice touch. Yeah, but overall, and this is just giving you a bit of my thoughts, the pools seem to be already pretty in-depth. Haha, sorry for pun not intended, but I'm very pleased with all what we've seen so far, because it looks like they have really not only integrated some pools and just here you go, but it really seems to be like a very deep management area there with a lot of things you can do, with a lot of different slide variants and all these kind of things. I am a big fan of that, and I do hope that I did cover all of the things that we could have seen. If you have spotted something I haven't, please let me know, because I'm on holiday right now, so I needed to kind of get this done in a short manner of time where the little one has a bit of a nap right now. So hopefully you guys found this helpful either way, and I do talk to you in the next one. Have a good time. Thank you so much for watching. As always, keep subscribing if you haven't already, because we are moving on to the 100K. Thank you so much, and I talk to you in the next one. Goodbye.